May 25th, 2021. This one here, I went over this job yesterday. That guy had a storage tank, and the control for the storage tank wouldn't shut off. It just kept running. So I put another Honeywell control on the storage tank, and the relief valve, he says, was blown, but he says he played around with the relief valve and opened it. So when I got there, the pressures were where it needed to be. He's calling me back again today that it's built up to 30 pounds and blowing the relief valve. So I did tap on the expansion tank when I was there yesterday. It didn't seem like it was full of water, but I got to drain the system down and change it, check the expansion tank. If that's good, I'm going to change the water feeder, which looked new. And if that's not the problem, it's in the storage tank that's got a hole in the coil. So it's one of the three that it could be. Most likely it's the expansion tank. Well, like I said, it looked new. I tapped on it, and the pressures were they were yesterday because he was playing around with the relief valve. And so I'm going back there today. I explained the situation to the guy and told him what to look for, and I didn't want to start changing parts and doing anything I didn't need to do. So I am going back over there, and we're gonna see if there's no pressure in that. It should have like 12 pounds of pressure in the tank. Once we drain the system out, if there's none in there, we'll change the tank out. That's probably our issue. You don't want to start selling the guy all kinds of stuff unless he needs it, right? Definitely don't want to sell him a storage tank, and it's jammed in tighter than 2 coats of paint over here. Wait to see how tight. It's right up against the boiler in the back. It's kind of a shit show. It's up to 20, that's fine. Let's it let loose. Little purge valves here. Let's shut these all off and check it, I guess. Unless it blew. That's the feeder. Come on, this feeder looks new. Do your thing. I'll be outside if you need me. Okay. I'm draining it down. Open this up now. I got all these closed. It's only going to drain to here. Changed this control yesterday. It might be in this tank. Let's see what we got for pressure. Under pressure. He says it was at 30, so I'll take his word for it. Could have blown. I'm going to change the relief valve anyway. Over here. It should have 12 pounds in it. That's not the problem. I got 24 pounds. That's not the problem. Why don't we just change the relief valve? It's actually got more pressure in it than I'd like to see. Nine, 19. $17. That's what we want right there. That's fine. I'm going to change this relief valve while I'm here. One thing with a shock light is this right here. that. That's about the only good thing I've ever seen shark bite good for. Set for 30 pounds. That's what we want. Some of the steam ones would be 15. Make sure you put the right one in there. This one's been dripping, he's saying, so I'm gonna change it. It's always good to make sure you got good relief valves on stuff, because these things could stick. I feel like I'm going to purge all the zones. I think he might have looked at that 50 one, the inner one, not the lower one. Anyway, we'll put a new relief valve on there. Seeing that little one's dripping. I don't know if he's got antifreeze in the system. Hopefully he don't. Nice. That wonderful. That wonderful. We're right about 20 pounds, so that's about what the pressure is in the tank. We're going to purge all the zones. We'll get them all off here. We're going to do all of them. These are purge stations right here. Probably needs it done anyway, so 20 pounds is quite a bit. We really kind of got that thing pretty high. I don't know how accurate that gauge is. This one's going up through kitchen. Must be the basement kitchen. That other one there was the storage tank. Give it a go. How you doing? Seems like it's building pressure. I don't know. We might have PEX somewhere. To be careful. We don't have any problems. Yeah, I'm going right through and I'm going to do all these zones for the guy. This looks like this might be a bedroom on the second floor. Sometimes it's just the relief valve that lets loose, you know? I'm gonna start changing all kinds of parts on the guy unless I have to. Could be the coil in this tank's bad. I don't know if it's that feeder. It looks relatively new. I don't think there's any air in the system. Seems like a lot of pressure here. Seems like a lot of water pressure here. Alright guys, so I purged all zones. I had to change this one valve. It kept leaking, so I had to drain it back down. I did purge all the zones. Everything's open and purged. It's at 20 psi. I did mark it, so he knows when it gets to 30. I did change the relief valve. So I reset tank pressure. New relief valve, purge zones. I'm going to go over it with him when it runs. It shouldn't go up to 30. Actually, there's a little red mark right there I could put. See that red mark? We'll put that on 30. And I'm going to go over it with him. If it does go to 30, the next thing I'm going to have them do is shut that valve off. And that'll shut water off to this feeder. Then if it still builds pressure, it's the storage tank. Alright guys, I just left that job. I talked to the homeowner about he's going to keep an eye on the pressure gauge. I told him if the boiler pressure starts going up again, he's going to shut the water feeder off to the boiler, the shut off to the water feeder, and see if that takes care of the issue. And if it's not that, it's going to be that storage tank, which is a worst case scenario, but it's 30 years old. It might be a leak in a coil. I haven't ruled that out yet, but we changed the relief valve because it kept dripping, and we did the tank pressure to about 20 pounds. It's about 20 pounds in the boiler now, so when it heats it should regulate in that expansion tank. But I haven't ruled out the feeder's bad yet or the storage tank, so we're gonna go through a process here, and he's on the same page with me. I explained to him in detail what to do and how to do it, how to check it, and if the pressure goes up, what to do with the shut off, and we'll get into it deeper. We'll find the issue. Sometimes it takes a little while. You don't want to just start changing everything on a guy. You want to kind of work it to keep his bill as low as possible. That's my motto. He's on the same page. A cool dude. He's a cool guy. So I was over there yesterday playing around with the change that control in that storage tank because it was running wild. He said he was over there opening the relief valve and this and that. I said, you know, once you open it, a lot of times it gets shit under there, or the gaskets crack or they leak. So, one step at a time here, Mama. He's a crusty one, Mr. Grinch. The crusty one.